Hey, Andrew. Oh, I'm glad you're here, man. I'm trying to get a mic. It's something on my end. I'm just seeing a black. It's not loading the chart. Andrew, you seeing anything? Mine is just a spinning. I got a spinning circle. Try, uh, well, so you can hear me, but you don't see anything. Are you just seeing black? So you hear me, but are you seeing the disclaimer? Because I'm not seeing anything. I'm just seeing a black. I don't know if it's lagging or what it's doing. But are you seeing the disclaimer, Andrew? This thing is so finicky. If I try and reload the page, you are seeing it. Oh, good. Thanks, man. Thanks for letting me know because I'm not seeing it. I don't know what the hell. This thing is so finicky. Yep. Okay. Cool. Just disclaimer. Okay, that's fucking weird. I wish I could show you what I see. All I see is a black screen. I'm thinking it's lagging. Jesus. As ugly as the markets look right now, that might be all we need to do. It's hard to look at. Am I worried? No, of course not. Oh, maybe a touch. Oh, come on, man. All right, let's see. Where are we at? 31, 32. Reload. Should I try and reload? Let me. It may fuck us up here. Let me try since we haven't started yet. Let me try. I don't know what happens when I do that. Oh, there we go. Okay, that worked. Good. Okay, so now I see the disclaimer. Okay, something fucked on my end. Okay, let me get the chat back here. Oh, I lost all the chat. Okay, let's try again. I lost all the dialogue with you guys. Oh, these live streams, they're not, I think you're in 100 contracts long. Well, I'm very long. I'm not loving my well, fuck, my situation's a little different from many. I'm long from, so low. It's, I'd be, you wouldn't, I probably shouldn't even say. Long from low enough to where this, I don't even flinch at this. Do I love it? No. But am I thinking about getting out? Absolutely not. All right, but it's not pretty for current anyone who's recently been long is underwater. Okay, let's see. What are we at? 32. We'll give it another minute. I think I lost some of you guys, but we'll get it sorted here. All right, let's see. What do I got here? I didn't think I was going to have enough. The big rally, Crypto Janus gave us a few, and that got us to where we got a few from X. Markets are not happy right now, but this is the classic squeeze. Get everybody out, get weak hands out. This is how it happens. I've got members on my team. I mean, very, very skilled technicians calling for 15K Bitcoin. I do not share that opinion, but you can make a case for it. Technically, you can make a case for it. I do not think that's even remotely in the realm of something to be considering, but there is a technical case for it, right? So we can't eliminate. Anything's possible. Okay, let's long from 3K. You are, Andrew? Good for you, man. I got you beat by about half that. But right, so I cover my puts in Nio and flip long. Mistake, I think. Well, we'll take a look. That's Showtime 2009. I always wonder what the 2000 is. That your date of birth? 2009. You'd be a youngster. All right, let's get rid of the disclaimer and see where you guys are now that we seem to be working. All right, what do I have up here? Hang on a second. I got to do my ta-da here. Drunk Monk. Oh, is that you, Drunk Monk? Are you Showtime? Because the first one up here I got is Nio. The handles don't always match, right? What you guys have on YouTube and what you have in Discord. So this could be you. Is this you, Drunk Monk? Since you covered your puts, yeah, it must be. No. Graduation date. Yeah. Let's see. So college or high school? Graduation date. All right, let's get rid of this thing here. How we got looking there? Everybody good? Okay, everything's working now. All right, so I can see you guys. I'm going to pull this over here so I can see you guys. I don't really need to see the, what do I use? OBS? I guess I don't really need to see that. I've told you guys this before. I have one of these massively wide monitors, which I thought was going to be so cool. It's good when I'm by myself, but it's terrible for a live stream because I can't, you're so far away, I have to push it off on another monitor. I can't see shit over there. Okay, all right, let's do it. I know it's very ugly right now. It's just, it is. There's so much that's positive happening, but you know, price doesn't lie. That's what we have to. The price is truth. Everything beyond that is speculation, as they say. Okay, so who's up here first? So we'll work through this here. You know, it's concerning, but I remain a bull. Drunk Monk is up first, right? So did Nio finish a flat? Okay. Well, it looks like he put some effort in here. You know, the thing with, so we must be in log scale, right? So that's the bummer. Wish we had a way to do a volume profile. Oh, there's Bitcoin crossing 89. Wish we had a way to do volume profile in log scale. Maybe something for them to consider. Okay, so I'll be listening. Okay, man, can't watch much. No problem, right? So, you know, it's always the case with these things. We probably do 7, 8, 9, sometimes 10 assets. That's why we time code it, right? Because not everybody's interested in everything, right? That's the whole idea. You can just go right to something that might interest you. What is consistent, right? And I should do this before I've been kind of casual. Oh, fuck, there goes the market breaking. So what we do here is for the new subs, new members here. Right? So our members pick these assets. We go through them. What you'll find is consistent that we're applying our methodology, which is a combination, right? So people think of it as purely Elliott Wave. Elliott Wave is part of it. We use it when it's effective, but it's not always effective. That's why it's not the only thing that we lean on. So market structure, fib relationships. I mean, things that are time tested. Certainly, a volume profile is part of it. And market structure, although market structure is a derivative of Elliott Wave, right? So, you know, it's all, and there's nothing new under the sun, right? So it's all just repackaged, repurposed, right? So ICT is essentially a combination of Elliott Wave and Wyckoff, just repackaged, relabeled, right? So certainly it's added some value. There's some good to it, but there are no secret algorithms. That's all bullshit. That's just marketing. Don't listen to any of that. Certainly algorithms are what drive the market, but there's no secret algorithm hunting your stop. That's just all bullshit marketing, right? But it worked for him, right? He sold a fucking gazillion courses and mentorships, right? It was, again, you could just pick up a Wyckoff book for $20 and get the same. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so let's get into it here. So this is Nio. We're on a daily here. Mighty deep correction here. This is some good work, Drunk Muck. So it's always a little tricky when you're, you know, it's always a struggle for if you're applying Elliott Wave. If you get, see, it's so big. So you often when they go this far, I start to come back here. This is how I look at it. I say, wait a minute. Is this? Do I have to rethink this? Right? Is this truly an ABC? You know, then at some point you look at this and say, okay, well, does it matter? Well, the benefit of doing this here, and I'm not trying to criticize the count in any way. It certainly looks like it may be valid, but let's see. Let me see if I can do this here. If I just split that here, do I get all of your count, or do I get a clean chart here? Let's remove everything. All right, so let me just do this here. my guys tell me all the time, like, Sam, you do the same thing every live stream. You spend 20 minutes on the first one, and then you spend 3 minutes on everything else. It's a pattern you have, like you're warming up. That's what my guys tell me, which is probably true. But, you know, when I look at this here, and again, I'm not trying to in any way be dismissive of this count over here. I'm just looking at this going, okay, right, if I brought this chart up like it is right now, would that be my first thought? And so, you know, the idea here is to teach and learn, and, you know, for our purposes, God damn it, that Discord beep is annoying. Because if we just go through this, I'm not sure there's as much value as if we just bring this up over here and start from scratch. So looking at that, okay, right. So first question is, okay, do we want to be in log scale? That's always the first thing I look at. Well, given the range, yes, but often what I'll do is go, okay, so what matters now, right? If we're looking at this, I'm going to come over here and say, okay, this section here. Do we have, oh, come here. All right, so this is kind of where we are. Okay, everything that's come before this, okay, is there a value in adding to all of this? Yeah, I might do it a little bit differently. So right off the bat, right, if I compare the two, just looking over here thinking, okay, WXY, it's not that that's not accurate. I'm just looking at this going, God damn. Does that have the right look? Right? Oh fuck, come here. It's too far, right? It's just too distorted, right? It's not that that's never happened before. It's just so atypical. It would make me reconsider this and go, okay, is there something simpler here? What are the major pivots here that I can work with here? Now, something that we can certainly look at here that would be you know, probably worth noting here is this big swing down before the massive rip up. Okay, so we're coming down. Often you can consider this just a very, very large order block, right? This is a swing down right now. You can refine it down, right? So, okay, so we're mitigating here. Because remember, the big dogs, right, hedge funds, they don't use stops, right? They hedge. So what they're doing is here, they'll take it down here and then take it all the way back up, and then back down here, they're going to mitigate the shorts. So if I look here, if I was just going to try and say, what's the simplest possible count I could see here? It looks like it might be something like this, right? So 1, 2, 3, because I can get a 5 here. Again, no disrespect to Drunk Monk's count. It just look, the proportion is off. So if I look here, could I go 1, 2, 3? Well, then I might look at this, and again, these are just things that we teach and we review all the time. Okay, does that look like that might be a 3? Well, can I get a 3 in there? Yeah, okay. Well, so we go 200%, right? Not to the highest probability, but this is a very, very big drop. Okay, well that looks decent. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we overlap the 1? No. Does it look like a 3? You could probably do this a couple of different ways, but there's no reason there. Then I would check the 2 to the 4, right? Again, what do they usually do, right? So here it looks like, oh, even if I go to a wave 4, okay, well that seems pretty reasonable for a 4 to a 5. Okay, here's the kickback. Now that's the biggest retrace. Oh, it'd be very close to this one, right? So I might do this. Okay, here to here, how do we look here? I mean, a little bit bigger here. So this is the biggest retrace. So that looks reasonable to me. So what would be an alternate count here we might consider? Again, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just looking at this first blush. Okay, could that be it? Well, it doesn't look like I have a clean finish of a 5 here, but that's possible. At least I'm getting closer to the right look. Now, this is going to be shallow, right, for a B. 38. Okay, there's no market's never obligated to do, what are they? We look for tendencies. AB. Oh, hang on. God, if you want to see true market manipulation, watch the S&P. It's just obscene what they're doing today. Okay, let me get this out of here, having made that point. Does this look great? Well, I don't like these finishes here. It looks like I got a 3, 3, 3. Yes, I love that. There's not a clean finish down here. Oh, do we need to redo it here? Now that may be that the reason that Drunk Monk was leaning into the WXY is because if we work backwards, which is often the case with Elliott Wave, we're working backwards here. Looks like I've got 3, 3, 3 to finish it. So that would make you think WXY. God, is there a way to get that? Not sure that there is. Well, here's where I would just kind of leave this as a floater out here. I don't like the Elliott. So what I can see is that we could oh, get out of there. We could be shaping up into an impulse here. It could be. Looks like this could be coming out of here. Could be coming in here. So part of me goes, all right, well, if we pop this, does any of this, are we concerned about it? I don't see a great finish here at all. Well, here's a possibility that I can kind of spot here. It looks like we could have, this looks like 5. So it looks like we've got 5, 3. We could have a 5, 3, 5 that would take this back. So let's just try and reconstruct it on the fly. Could we be doing something? Let's take that down a bit. Could be doing something like this. So as I look at this here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 5. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we don't have this yet. So this remains kind of, what am I doing with that? What's shaping up here is something that would be very bearish, because if we're doing A, B, C, right? We're not starting, right? This would be something finishing, that would be ugly on the other side. Looks like you might get it here. Let's see if I can finish this. I'm just kind of, looks like I might have this here. So, and I haven't looked at his count, right? Again, I shouldn't, I don't mean to be disrespecting that count. Let me change this color here. A, B, C. Well, if we put that, let's see if we can put that into context. Could this be W, X, Y, right? That would be the implication in the way I'm seeing this now, which would be very bearish, right? So I mean, that Nio would be, dead weight here if that's what we're looking at. So it was something like this where it's not like, oh, clearly 1, 2, right? As a swing trader, I want to take it one leg at a time. So what if I'm looking for a trade here, I'm going to trade in this direction. Even though the longer term trend is down on the daily, I could probably go down to a 4-hour here and say, okay, do I have something here that looks decent, right? I mean, the impulse here, this got a little wonky, right? So you've got that wick here, but you'd probably do that as a triangle here. So 1, 2, I put the 4 here. So I get a pretty good looking impulse there coming off the low. I always measure, right? It takes just seconds to do. I'd probably do it from right there. It's 227. Okay, it's not perfect. Let's get that shit off of there. Well, I don't know when they did this here, but recently that's on everything, which I find kind of annoying. Okay, right. So how does this look, right? We look decent here for a 4. High probability location, right? The geometry is good, channeling's good. I would not be shorting that. I mean, how do you short that? What? Not how to. Why would? Right? Could we be going up here for that? Well, given the broader crypto market, that certainly looks like something we could be working on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like I got to clear at 5. B. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like it has a little more down. You've got pretty good price discovery, right? So we look here, right? So the market pushes through. How do we do here? We hold, then we push, then we get another. That's how the market likes to move here. Then we get balance, right? So we go from imbalance to balance, imbalance to balance, imbalance to balance. Right? So we're just kind of doing this. You can imagine what the volume profile would look like. Oh, let's see. Can I get it here? Oh, pardon me. Am I on the right fucking Nio? I think I am here. No, I'm thinking Nio Crypto. This is Nio on NYSE. Oh, shit. One of those days. Okay. Let's take it from the low. You got a low volume node right here. Nio, the ADR. God, I fucking hope I've got the right Nio here. I think I do. Do I? Yeah, I do. Here I'm thinking it's Nio the crypto, but it's not. Okay, right. So my bad, guys. All right, so there we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, any reason to be a buyer there? Well, other than the pattern recognition would be part of it here. Low volume node, I'd probably pay attention to that. Oh, fuck. Here, come here. I can get something to get on my chart. Oh, that must be black. So I'm sitting here in this low volume node right here as we're tapping it here. Now down to the price action here. Anything there to suggest we've got the low in? No. Nothing to suggest the low is in, right? We're just, again, we want to look for some indication that we've got a low in here. So something has to be broken. So I'd be looking. Oh, fuck me. Come here. All right. So something like right here, I want to see that, right? Because this is low. We don't have any highs being swept. So you're just kind of waiting. Could this go lower? Yeah, it could go lower. Low volume node. I got a little pocket right here where you could see, again, size is always looking for places where they can enter the market. Nothing there that says be a buyer. So what you're waiting for is something like this, right? Something for the market to show its hand, and then the little retrace. I mean, on a higher degree, you're seeing it here, right? That's all that's happening here. We've got an impulse, and now here's the 3 that corrects it. Now, right, this could be lower, right? We don't know where that stops, but we want to see evidence of it. Something like this, right? To sweep some highs, and then, oh, okay. What are bears thinking? Bears are thinking this. What are bulls thinking? Okay, well, where can I get in with a reasonable risk reward, right? So something like this always means the market has confirmed my short-term bias. Now it's retracing. Now, it's just rudimentary price action. Will there be stops here? Of course, right? So if the market can't go get those, right, it's a sign of strength, right? It's a sign of, because that's the obvious target. In the same way that this comes down here and what? We can't get those stops? What? Can't get there, right? So this B is always the sucker rally, right? Now, of course, not just to make it a little trickier, right? Often you'll see expanded Bs in Elliott Wave, right? Where the breakout traders, it's almost worse, right? Because then somebody buys it here and then they get that. It's just always why you never want to enter at close to pivots. You want to let it move away and then retrace. Then you can define the risk. It's much lower risk. It's much higher reward. So why would you ever? Well, I shouldn't say it that way. So when you think of it that way, the idea of buying a breakout loses its appeal. How's that politically correct? Completely loses its appeal. So wait a minute. So if I buy a breakout, so I have no idea what my risk reward is going to be because I have nothing to measure against. But I do know my risk is going to be much, much higher. So why would you ever, in your right mind, buy a breakout? It's just my opinion. Plenty of people do. But as a practice over time, it's never a good idea to buy. My opinion, never a good idea to buy a breakout. Okay, so let's go back here to what he's got here and see if that jives with what I just did here. So it does, right? In that he's looking at this as potentially corrective. Now the question becomes, is it a B? Because you could play this as an ABC. So his thought is we're going lower. WXYXA. Whew, that's a fancy B. A, B, 1, 2. It works. It does work. Where can we confirm this? Well, this would be. This would be a pretty clear line in the sand, right? Because if this is going to hold as an impulse, well, we can't overlap that. And the same thing here, you wouldn't want to see this, if this is going to hold as a 2, you wouldn't want to see this going much below the 50. And you've got obvious support right here, right? The down before the up. as shitty as crypto looks right now, right? As weak as everything is, what would the anticipation here be? So we can give you both counts here, right? So this would be 3, 4, 5, right? So the implication is that not only is this a B, but if we finish something here that would have typical wave relationships, that's not going to be the C or the Z. That's going to be the 1, as in this is going much, much, much lower. If that's the B, this is, well, you can map it out. 1, 2, right, 3, 4, right, we're going much, much lower. To finish that, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going much, much lower. So if you're uber bearish, right, if that's what you see here is the bear count, so it's the same, would be the same approach here. If we do this, right, if we sweep this, that kills the idea that we have an impulsive move off the low. So where's the trade? It's not here. It's let this complete the 5, and then the trade is actually here. Let it retrace. Let it confirm, right? So do you see what all I'm just saying is here, okay, well, fuck, nobody knows. There's no knowing what it is. Well, what can we use to guide us, right, to give us edge? If we break here, that kills the idea that it's a 1, 2, 3, right? So what's left? A, B, C, as he's got it. Now, if we do 1 and we break that, what are we waiting for? Retrace. So then the risk reward just makes more sense, right? Now, maybe it's just me, but to me, if this is my reward and this is my risk, this is the trade I want. Now, maybe the market doesn't give it to me, but I've confirmed that this is not impulsive. 1, 2, I want that for that with my risk up here. Because if they can go get this, well, then something else is going on. And it's very possible, right? You could have this like, wait, what? No, you can't do that. Oh, there's no can or can't, right? Market will do whatever it's going to do, right? We're just trying to look for pattern recognition, fib relationships, market strength, things that we can use that have precedent of being effective in the market, right? Nothing's 100%. Elliott waves, we get counts change all the time. You can't lock in like, oh, fuck, well, that was an impulse, so it certainly can't do that. That's not how the market works, right? It's you have to be okay being wrong. And you fucking get used to it. I can guarantee you're going to be wrong when you're right. I don't say it every week, right? You're going to be wrong when you're right. So you can't see. This is what happens, right? And I say this because I've lived it. The thing that happens when you get locked into a bias as a trader, right? If you get locked into something now, okay, maybe Bitcoin long term is not a great example, but for just trade to trade, if you get locked into a bias because you don't want to take the stop and admit you were wrong, excuse me. What happens is you keep moving. You start to say it's like, oh, I know this thing's going down. You're moving the stop, right? Because you don't want to admit that you're wrong. But what happens is that you're missing all the little trade opportunities that were in that because you didn't want to admit you were wrong. So all the potential trade opportunities here, and you do it again, right? I promise you, I guarantee you've all done it because every trader has done this. You keep moving. I don't want to be wrong. So you keep moving your stop. But while you're doing that, all the potential trades that were there, you're missing. You're not participating in any of them. And then this is what's happening in Bitcoin, I guarantee you. Right when you're like, oh, fuck, I can't take it anymore. I got to get out. Guess what happens next? Welcome to trading. Guarantee, right? If you haven't lived it, you haven't been trading long enough. Guaranteed, right? That's what's happening in Bitcoin, right? Squeeze everybody out. Even the most bullish of bull, right? Now, a few of us, Andrew and I, were long from, sub 2000, right? So, that situation is different. It could go to 75. It could go to, it doesn't matter, right? I'm not selling. You're going to have to pry my Bitcoin from my cold dead hands. I'm never selling my Bitcoin, right? So do I get nervous when it's doing this? Well, I advise a lot of people, right? I don't like to be wrong any more than anyone else does, right? But am I worried about Bitcoin going to zero? No, I'm not. Okay, right, so here I am doing this exact same thing my guys tell me I do all the time, right? I take too long on the first one. Okay, so, well, since we don't have that many today, Drunk Monk, good work over here, right? I didn't mean to, step on your count. I'm just trying to teach in the same way we look here and say, okay, what can we learn from this? Is there something to learn from this? Your count may be, maybe what plays out. It's good work. Here's what I like, that he put the effort in to do it. So what happens when you do that is you start to build more conviction, right? So here I'm drawing all over it. As we're sitting here and this is going 1, 2, okay, if he's short, or I think he said, or maybe he's got some puts. If you're in that, you feel the move, you feel it. Because you put the effort in to track this whole fucking thing. Like, okay, well, looking for signs. Like, did we have a sweep of liquidity? Yeah, we did. Right, all the things that you look for. Right, one more. I guarantee a breakout trader bought it there. Guarantee it, right? Because they don't. It's just a lack of experience, right? You learn the hard way. The market is a very expensive teacher, but that's how most of us learn. That's how I learned. Very good teachers, but it's the market that taught me. Especially if you have a little arrogance, as I did, and still at times find myself having to catch myself as a trader, right? You have to be okay being wrong. You have to, and you have to get used to it. All right, I'm not sure if I did anything productive there or not, but maybe a few ideas to consider. The main thing to think about is moving your stop, right? Because you're letting go of all the opportunity that's there as you continue to move it because you don't want to be wrong. Very expensive way to approach trading. There will be a point when you can't take it anymore. There always is. And that's when it turns. It's funny. Market is a cruel master. Okay, here's Pilgrim. Let's move on to Zoom. Now that I'm getting the right asset class, Jesus, I have to fucking analysis there. I thought I was doing crypto. There is a crypto Nio, isn't there? Jesus, I'm pretty sure there is. How's the market doing? Trying to come back. Okay, let's go here. Hang on one sec. Okay, it just gets hot in my office. Okay, this looks interesting. What do I got? Zoom. Who's giving me this? Pilgrim. All right, Pilgrim does very nice work. And this is what... Like I said this last week, I like to see how these guys progress, right? They get better and better every week, right? So I like the live stream so I can see how they're doing. Okay, is there any question we have an impulse here? Probably not. It gets a little wacky down here. Yeah, remember, nothing's perfect in the market. Don't expect Elliott Wave to be perfect. Oh, well, I didn't get a 3. And what's the broader implication here? Does that look corrective? No. That looks like a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we broke the gold in here. It's going to happen, right? Looks like this. You missed twice here. It looks like it broke here too. Yeah, I'm sure it did. No, that's too far. Which means there's likely smaller ones in there. That algo will always be there. Okay, so what could we have happening here? Well, I like the way he's approached this because the idea was, okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, speaking of the algo, right, there it is right there on its way here. Well, can we get the diag in there? It looks like we might. Well, you can see an alternate just staring at it, right? So one possibility is we go W, A, B, C, D, E. So we have an ascending triangle here. W, X, Y, right? Now that's going to be very, very bearish. I don't hate this, right? So I mean, so one thing I already like that he's doing. Pull that over, right? Do you see the sweeps and retrace, right? So what is that? That's a break of structure. What do we, right? Yeah, I say it every week. What do we anticipate? Not what do we know, what do we anticipate after a break of structure? Retrace. Break of structure. Well, did we close up there? Did we get it on the close? Ooh, looks like it's literally to the tick. Iffy. Right, we don't get a true break, but we get a clean retrace, and then it's look at the retrace, right? It's, you know, shit we can't make up. Looks like that might have more to go on its way down here. But if that's going to be a true 2, all right, so again, how would we approach this? This is the area we'd be looking for down here, based on historical precedent. Where do they usually go? You got a big fat gap sitting there waiting to get filled. Well, how if we're going to apply some Elliott Wave here, this might be your thought. Why not put a volume profile on it? Expensive, cheap. I mean, whenever you can, right, you always want to use the volume profile so we get value. Where does the market agree it's fairly priced? Now, okay, it's a big range. Let's pull out a little bit on this one. Some context, right? It's easy to lose track, right, without context. Well, Jesus, we are, that's crazy. We are in log scale. Look at out of log scale, forget it. COVID. Okay, so now when we come back here, I mean, there's, so either, well, you're kind of late, right? So you're kind of late for the sell. I mean, up here, I know it's always easier in hindsight, but just logically looking at it, I drew the volume profile from this low. So if we do the entire thing, well, you're sitting right at high volume nodes here. Reasonable target would be the POC. So A, B, 1, what do we? 2, 3, 4, 5. Wouldn't that be your thought? Let's go right. So one of a strong tendency for volume profile is that if we get outside of the value area and then we come back in, extremely high probability we're going to go to the other side of it. Which we, remember I drew it from here. So we can see that reflected here. We get outside of it. Now we go well below it. We get back in it. We get back above it. We come back. Oh, we're going to stop here at the middle, right? Again, there's no 100%, right? Market doesn't always do the same thing repeated, but there's certainly tendency. Oh, one more time. Oh, we're expensive again. Back inside. Do we know this is going to happen? No. Would you want to, knowing that, right? It's probably 80% probability that once we get outside, we come back in. You want to long that there? Probably not. You want to short it? Well, you got distance there. You might that might be, you might do an option trade there. Might make sense. Something like that. What would be the safer way to do it? Wait for the next retrace. Wait for this. Let this complete. Maybe we complete at that low volume node. Little retrace back to the edge of value, knowing that the odds favor a revisit to the low edge of value. I'd be looking to, you could sell out of the money calls and buy at the money puts. That's a way to finance it here. Now, if you do it that way, there has to be a very clear, okay, if it does this, I get out and take my little loss. I'm moving my stop. No, I know that. I know it had odds to go back. So I know it should go down, right? Oh, all right. Well, okay, something unusual is happening. I'm just going to move my stop because I know it still has odds to go back down. It should go back down there. Right now, while that's happening, all of the opportunity cost here is getting expensive. Right? Now, just because it has a tendency, right, it typically does that, doesn't mean that it must do that. Right? And while you're moving your stop, right, the opportunity cost is huge because, oh, shit, well, you were wrong. You're wrong. Okay, so now I get something impulsive out here. Oh, fuck, oh, shit. I'm going to get a shallow 2 of this weird looking diag here. Nothing says that couldn't happen. So now, oh, shit, wait, that's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen. Right? That if you feel yourself saying that, get the fuck out of the market. That's not supposed to happen. There's nothing that's supposed to happen. What happens, happens, right? We're just trying to ride along and not do something stupid like move a stop, move a stop. Again, the minute you reach to move for a stop, you're going to get paid. You're going to get punished. I can just fucking guarantee it. You move a stop, you're just asking to be bent over. Because that's a mistake. And the market has an unbelievable capacity to punish mistakes. And as soon as you move the stop, right, mistake number one. Oh, fuck. All right, let's give it a little more room. Mistake number two. Oh, fuck. I know this thing is, it's supposed to go down here. I'm going to move just a little bit farther. Mistake number three. Oh, motherfuck me. You got to be kidding me. You're kidding me. All right, fuck it. I got to get out. Straight down. Welcome to trading. By the millions that happens. What was the first mistake? Right? You had a small loss. You could have taken the small loser, lived to trade another day, carry on. Something else happens. Maybe you're still trading Zoom, maybe you're not. But that first move of the stop, you just fucked yourself. If you feel yourself doing it, catch yourself. Write it on your monitor. Never move a stop. Take the small loser. I just had to give it 2 more ticks. Okay, take the stop, re-enter. If you love it that much, re-enter. It's not like, the old days, right? Maybe there was a legitimate reason. Oh, fuck, man, it's $100 a trade. I don't want to do. Jeez, when I got into the brokerage business, that's what we charged for. Oh no! When I first got in, it was more. I was in a bucket shop. It was sometimes we'd charge $2,500 to trade an option. Boy, talk about. Anyway, then I got to another brokerage where it was $100 a trade. Well, fuck, man, I don't want to in and out, right? $100 a trade. There's no reason not to do that now. Very inexpensive to get in and out of the market. All right, I'm on a rant here. Okay, well, let's see. I don't know. I never know where I'm going to go on these. Okay, Pilgrim, thanks for that. Silent Hand, he must be long as I am in SUI. Where are they? I think they're over here. He's looking for a bottom in SUI. I'm long here too. Okay, well, looking at that, I mean, sure, I would like to have seen that 50 holding here. Does it look like we have to go down more? It kind of does. Well, let's see here. Nothing's going to turn until Bitcoin turns. And look, despite all the liquidity trends, there's a long list of reasons why crypto looks good long term. Again, as I said when we started, price is truth, and right now, bulls are playing defense at the very least, or they're just getting squeezed out, right? If you traded with leverage, you're likely out. Right? It's another reason never to trade with leverage, especially in something like Bitcoin, because you risk whales grabbing your Bitcoin. Okay, do we have a potential flat here? Well, I think there's very little argument here that we had an impulse here. We're looking for the 3, right? So impulse, we got it, right? So that's likely not it, right? That doesn't look like a correction. This looks like a correction. So, what kind of a bull are you, right? Are you, it's all relative to your risk tolerance, and, you don't want to be in pain, right? In emotional pain. If you're deep underwater and it's, you use money you can't afford to park here for a long time, right? I don't want to make light of that pain, but if you have a long-term horizon, it's hard not to see a buying opportunity here. I mean, I would look at this and say, oh, that's okay, right? From here into here. Well, here, let's do it this way. I might say in this range here, I just start dollar cost averaging in. Yeah, buy a little here, a little more here, right? 25, 25, 25, 25, right down to the golden zone here. And I'd probably stop buying right here. So I would just layer it in like you're dollar cost averaging in, on the assumption, right, that this is a legitimate impulse. This is the correction that we would anticipate, right? When you're sitting right here, like, oh fuck, well, I guess we got to wait for a 3. Well, there it is. There it is, right? This is when you don't buy. Okay, so maybe that's you're not comfortable with that. Like, why do I want to catch the turn? Well, you don't need to. I say this every week. You don't need to. Let's wait for something to happen. Something. Oh, Oh, fuck, man. Well, what if that could be March of next year? Yeah. Yeah. I know. Nobody wants to wait that long. Could be longer. Could be May. But bulls have to get back in charge here. And by the way, there's nothing says that this couldn't just keep going south. There is no, this could do that. There's no guarantees, right? If there were, right, you wouldn't have the potential upside. Where's the upside here? Why would you even consider getting long here? Well, that's why. 66. Would we not have some sort of a corner pocket here? Yeah, we would. Right? It's at the 50 here now. Now, do we know we have a pivot here? No. Could we go lower? Yes. Right? We could certainly come down here. We'd have a golden corner. This is, you see, if you were aggressively bearish, well, you don't want to get bearish now. Well, let me rephrase that. If your view was, okay, this thing is due to correct here, you want to, again, look at the volume profile. Where was the better place to sell? Above value. Above value. Where are we going? All right, we've already gone below value here. Oh, what did I draw that on? Draw that again. Out low. Yeah, that's good. We're below value. Where does 70% of the market agree this is fairly priced? Right here. We're on sale. Now, if you think crypto's garbage and is going to zero, and they're all going to zero, which there are plenty that share that view, it's the people that cheer it going down that I find. Really? You're cheering for it to go down? Not sure I understand that sentiment. Yeah. Usually I delete, unfollow, right? If someone's cheering, Bitcoin fucking going to zero, I get off my feed. Okay, ABC, right? So, okay, we're going to wait. We're going to wait for some sort of a pop here. There's nothing to say the low is in yet. Nothing. We've had sweep of liquidity. Good sign, but I need this. I need this. I need that before I get there. There's my stop, and then there's my target. Same thing every week, 6 years, right? That's how it was taught to me. That's how I trade it. You got to wait. It's annoying. Fuck me. I wanted that for the end of the year. It's not there yet. Silent hand. Hope that helps you, right? There's nothing here to say that low is in yet. Even if I look over here, 1, 2, 3. It's a tough call here. Could that be the 4? It doesn't have a great look, but if it did, right, we could probably count that out coming down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking for that 5 to finish it. I don't think I overlapped there. That's one time framing, right? It's just old technique from market profile here. We're not taking any of the highs, right? So we're just straight down. Something has to break right here. You would need that, right? This is the pivot. This is the inducement here. This is the pivot that has to break to confirm we've got a low. So this needs to break up here. So we don't know where that low is, but until that comes, you're playing defense, or you're just letting. Okay, I know my account goes down right with it, right with yours. But until that happens, there's no need to buy. But certainly, you're kind of late to the sell. Okay, Hang Seng Ignited. So Drunk Monk, what are you giving me here, Drunk Monk? You're giving me. He's looking at Lulu. Let me go over to Lulu. Lulu. Request from Drunk Monk. I'm gonna leave the Hang Seng off. Here, let's go to the daily on Lulu. color palette. And there's the daily. This is getting beat up. All right, again, here, context, right? So you bring this up and you say, oh, fuck, man, that thing's getting hammered. Well, wait a second. What's the context? Where's it getting hammered from? First, do we need to be in log scale? Well, from $2 to 500, yeah, probably. Yeah, that's a little weird here. So there's a clear 3 to get that done. There's COVID. God, we're coming back to COVID lows on the weekly. Pretty good. This is there. Sadly, right? This is for if you're a bull in the market. This is you're seeing the same thing in NVIDIA. What's your best case here on the longer term? ABC, ABC, ABC. Doesn't look like it's done, right? See, now here's where you look at this and say, okay, why all the bullshit with Elliott Wave? Why do you do all that? It's just another tool, right? Again, don't you can't expect it to be perfect all the time. But if I'm looking here and I think, oh, if that's an X, if I do not know, there's no knowing. But it's reasonable, right? Can we look at this and objectively say, okay, well, if we look backwards, does that look like a 3? Yeah, it does. Could it be an A, B, C? Yeah, could be. Could it be a W, X, Y? Yeah, it could be. Well, it does almost doesn't matter, right? If this is the A, and this is the B, because it could be the 1 and the 2, right? How are you going to know? Well, you're not going to know until something changes. Right now, if that's the B, well, sure looks like I could have a 1, 2 here, 3, 4, 5 going in. And then, right, if that's the case, well, okay, well, then the ABC, the WXY starts to make more sense. This is interesting, right? We're coming back to the COVID low, right? If we go that low, that is interesting. Now, he was mentioning the 200. I always just use the God MA because it's so handy, right? The average of the SMA and the EMA. What else did he give me? Lulu, I'm assuming he means that on the daily. Okay, what's the first thing that would occur to you? Well, do I want to sell it now? Kind of late for the sell, aren't you? How'd the breakout trade work out? About as well as it worked out here and here. All right, those are never places to enter the market. They just aren't. 1, 2, right? Is that technical? That could be out there. It looks like it might be a little hot. Well, we got right into it. All right, shit I can't make up. Boom, just enough to tickle it. First, second target. Right, we're going to the third. What does that mean I have here? Yeah. Did we get our 80%? Boom. Remember, look how it keeps, look at, boom, boom. All right, remember that 80 is only one-time use, right? But I do that on a regular basis, right? Just to remind you, this is it's in every, I say this all the time, right? So for those that are just hearing it for the 200th time, it's in every technical package, every one, median lines, least used technical tool, yet it has the highest probability of success. It's weird, isn't it? If you heard that one time, wouldn't you start going, man, I want to start using that thing? Seems like the algos use it. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? How many charts do you have? God damn it, how do I make that stop? How many charts do you have right now that have median lines on them? Volume mixer. Maybe I can turn that thing off. Discord. And turn that down. That buzzing is annoying. I've had people comment on that before. 1, 2, right? Kind of looks like a 3. We're not to the 1618 yet. How do I know that? Because if I go from the golden zone here, I'm looking for the 100. Right? Here's the 100. Splits the 1618, 175. Right? So there's my target. Now, do I know that it's going there? No. There's no knowing. Do you see the value here of adding in the Elliott Wave? I mean, do I have to have it? No. Do I have to have it for all of this? Right? Can I just? I mean, you could look at this and say, were we balanced up here? Yeah, we were probably balanced up here. Here, let's do this. All right, look. How does the market move? Right, from imbalance to balance, imbalance. Right, just over and over again. Okay, so we got up. Well, here now I've got the full history here. On sale. Expensive. On sale. Oh, all right. I thought we had to go to the other side. No, the market doesn't have to do anything. Oh, what did it run into? The algo. Where is this? Right. It's okay. So what's happening down here? I'm getting a new. Right, it's not the POC, but I'm getting a new big high volume node. So what would be the play here? So if I'm like, okay, well, you got to trade Lulu. What are you doing? I'm not doing anything, right? So number one, you don't want to, I mean, potentially, right? You could see larger players entering here because they have the high volume node, but they're creating it right now. It's not from this, right? We drew it from this low. It didn't stop here. It's stopping here. So now apply that to what we were just talking about, right? Just basics of, maybe I should do this here. Auction market theory, imbalance, balance, imbalance, balance, imbalance, balance, balance, imbalance, right? This is Wyckoff, right? This is, right, the whole market maker see, it's the same thing over and over. Wyckoff had it years ago, right? That's what the market does here, right? So we're finding balance here. So the only thing you can say with certainty, it's much like a squeeze, right? From that contraction comes expansion. So the only thing I know from this balance here is that imbalance will follow, because that's how the market moves, right? That's how price discovery works. Oh, we're balanced here. Well, imbalance. Oh, now we're balanced. Imbalance. Oh, now we're balanced. When it's balanced like this, you don't really have, you haven't, all you can look at and say, well, that's a place where whales could enter without disrupting the market. They could. Okay, right. So I want to see it come off of there, because now here's where the Elliott Wave helps me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We know the market has a tendency, not absolute certainty. That looks very fourish, right? We could do something like this before we go to imbalance again. Now, do we find balance here? Oh, right. Are we coming back? Right. That would be what your thought would be. And then, so I'm kind of combining methodologies here, but there's a little Wyckoff and just auction market theory or Dow theory, and then we go to Elliott Wave. Oh, well, what happens? What happens here? Okay, like, do you see how they all just play together? It's all the same shit repackaged, right? So this would be, oh, I got to change the character here. Oh, if I get that. Oh, well, let's call it break of structure, right? So then, oh, we get an ABC. What's the A, the B heading down to the C? Change of character. Oh, what did we come down in here? Oh, I found an order block down here. It's the same shit, just repackaged, right, for the new generation. My generation, it was Elliott Wave, GAN, Wyckoff, right? This generation, it's ICT, market structure, fair value gaps, right? We called them breakaway gaps, right? Now, it's the same shit, right? It's just repackaged, right, for the new people. So if I come down here, I get this, right? And we start to... So is there a trade here? Well, what's the trend? Right? Is there any dispute about the trend? So what would you be looking for? Well, here, I'm going to use some Elliott Wave here. Now, I don't know that this is going to hold here, right? If anything, right? It looks like it has more to go. But then I'm going to wait for the retrace. I'm going to wait for the retrace into the 4 to set up the, here, if I can do it. 4, I can't get that to. All right, you follow what I'm saying here? Into the 4. Now, again, the market is not obligated to do anything, but that's what it tends to do. WXAB. Does it look like that C is done? Well, it's not saying it's not. It certainly doesn't look like it is. Oh man, I'm long-winded today. Okay, Drunk Monk, I got you here. Fuck, I don't know if I'm boring you guys to death or not, but I'm trying to give you some education along the way here. I hope it helps, right? Because lately, a lot of Elliott, boy, God, I get some nasty comments, right? People love to tell me my counts are bullshit. They just love to. By the way, I don't give a flying. When you do those comments, what you make? Does it make you feel better? I'm never here to tell you my count is the right count. I'm just trying to teach you a few things. Okay, so Cryptogenesis, but boy, do I get a lot of nasty comments. Okay, I don't publish them unless they're legitimate, right? But you suck. You're wrong again. I don't publish them. Okay, what am I doing here? I'm doing ETH high right. Let's look at ETH. ETH is the one that looks the best to me. I'll look at. Okay, now Cryptogenesis, right? You know, right? Because he's a very regular poster here. He loves his trend lines, right? So they work for him. So he uses them. Now, it makes it harder for us to dissect this here. Partly because I'm going to see if I can do this here, so we can see it a little bit better. And we got two of them there, so Jesus, we got a bunch of them, right? So I'm going to pull. I'm pulling these out. Cryptogenesis knows this, right? Not because they're not legitimate, because we can't see in there. Okay, so where am I? Oh, we're doing a 7 count. Okay, so this looks legit. Let me just switch this. I think part of the reason I do this, I think we can see it better. Okay, so 4, 5, we got a 7 count. A, B, C, W. X, A, B. Okay. I'm going to pull that out only because I can see what he's anticipating here. I have the same idea. I'm going to change that to so we can see it. Oh, wait a second. Did I do that wrong? We are in log scale. Okay, so God damn, that's a lot of lines. Okay, let me get that out of there. Get this off. 1, 2. So if we draw it out. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go with it. 3, 4, 5. Now, right look. I might count that differently. No, that's all right. Again, I'm never here to say my count is the right count. What can we say objectively? Swing, retrace. It's how the market moves. That's not in dispute, right? Okay, so now when does this change from a retrace? Here. Until then, it's a retrace. Now come down here. Okay, different story, right? It's no longer a retrace, right? This is all-time high, so it's something else, right? It's the start of a bear market. Okay, so just for the sake of the discussion, if we break this low, right, what would that be? That would be a major break of structure. What do we anticipate? Retrace. Now we got another retrace. Well, if it's a retrace, what's the implication? That we're going to sweep that low. Right now we're going down. Does anybody actually? Well, anything's possible, right? The odds of that happening, I would put in the very low probability. We're going to do this. Very low, right? That just the very low probability. But again, anything's possible. Okay, so let's take this out of log scale just for the discussion. Okay, so where are we? We got a CME gap here. It's always a good idea to check the futures, right? Because they will influence price action. So 1, 2, see, this is where I would do it this way. Still, that's a 5 to finish it here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I still get there. WX, let's put that in green here so we can see a little bit better. A, B, diag into the finish. And here's where his trend lines here, right? That structure is really useful, right? So here's, I guess what are we doing? We're doing a 9 count, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops. Oh, okay, that's clean here. Let me just come over here. I've got it here. My watch list for futures here. Maybe this is a little bit easier to see. Okay, so I've got two things here. I've got from the low, I've got the volume profile over here. Well, here, let me just take that off for a second. We'll just redraw them so we can see a clean count. Okay, here's the variation, right? It's just, I'm just counting this a little bit differently, right? So impulse, it's still an impulse, WXY. Now, there was a time when, it's not to dwell on this, but here's the kind of shit I get. So this looks like an impulse. We come down here, right? So there was a very reasonable count that looked like this at that time. Very, very reasonable here. A, B, C into the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And at that moment in time, even if I can I do it? If I go to right here. Okay. Here's a little replay. If you're right here, I buy that 100 out of 100 times. Even if we measure it here, let's put a wave 4 on there. I got a lot of comments on this. Nasty comments, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if you don't buy that, you're not applying Elliott Wave, or again, whatever, right? Now, see, it's always easy in hindsight. Well, you loved it at 4,000, now you like it. Fuck off. Okay, right. So that's. If you're applying our methodology, that's not, there's no question mark. Now, what would be the difference here? You could wait, right, until, as I often will say, wait for a little pop here. Wait for something to show that we've got the low in. Well, what was there? Well, we had a fair value gap. We had multiple gaps. We got a little push off the 38. That's again, 100 out of 100 times I take that. But I put a stop on it. Get out of replay. Oh, fuck. Now I got to get out. Oh, shit. I can't remember how to get out. Leave replay. Okay, let's go over here. All right, so look what happens here. We go up. All right, so off of that. Oh, shit. Looking good. What kills it? That. Wrong. Right? Wrong. Wrong does not mean it's a bad trade. Wrong means wrong. Stopped out, right? Market didn't cooperate. I would still, to this day, and I would tell any of you, if that starts to go, you're taking that. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm taking that 100 out of 100 times. Wrong. Oh, okay. Well, here, this is also, again, I always feel like I'm defending Elliott Wave here. This is the advantage of Elliott Wave. Okay, well, if not that, then what? If it's not the 4 and we've broken that low, now could that have been could have been a flat 3, 3, 5? Oh, maybe, right? That doesn't really look like a 3 though, does it? Still, it's tricky as an X. Oh, it's a flat 3, 3, 5. Got it. Okay. Oh, it goes again. Right, but we don't get anything impulsive here, right? So the market is kind of talking to you. If it was going to go, it was all set to go. It rolls over again. Wrong again. Market's not ready to go yet. Okay, well, if it's not that, then what does that mean? Is there, oh, fuck, man, oh, shit, if it's not 3, 4, what do I do? What do I do? Is there another way to count it? Well, yeah. Yeah, well, if it's not, it must be, okay, well, it just wasn't, the initial analysis turned out to be, it's not that the analysis was not accurate or not valid, it's market had a different opinion. Okay, so is there any dispute about whether that's impulsive? No. So what's happening? We're just making a deeper correction. Okay, can we count it? Well, W, X, A, B looks like C. Okay, God. Oh, so swing. Oh, what's the most common retracement? Where's the most common area for 1, 2? So now you're thinking, oh, it's 1, 2. It wasn't 3, 4, 5. It's 1, 2. 1, 2. Again, that holds until we break that. There's no longer a retracement. But this, okay, looked good here. Maybe here. It's deeper than I thought. Loser, loser, loser. Right. So now don't be this guy because this is very common. Okay. It's going to come right down here. Well, fuck, man. I've been stopped out 2-3 times in a row. I'm sure as hell not buying it now. Where do you think that's going to go? As soon as that enters your consciousness, where are we going? Well, I'll wait. I'll wait for the pullback. If it's valid, take the trade. You don't, with something like Ethereum, right? I mean, okay, maybe you put a little lever on it. You know, it's personal choice, right? I don't want to give it away, right? I don't need to. I don't need the lever. Now, I'm not saying everybody's situation is different. But if that comes down here and we get a little pop here, you're not going to long it because it was wrong up here? Well, you liked it at 4. Well, I guess you love it at 2,500. Yeah, you're damn right I do. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to take the trade. I'm going to put a stop down here. I hope you do the same. Because if we get that, guess what? That's not going to be 3. Now, what's your time horizon? That's the next question. What's your time horizon? Can you wait 3 years for that? How many years might you wait? There's 27. Could you wait 2 years? Year and a half? Could you wait for it? Would it be worth waiting for? Then the next question is, can you sit with it? Let's say we get this. Can you sit with it for that? Because this, if you get an impulse out of here, that's just going to be the one of it. Again, I say that like I know, right? Odds are, right? This would be where you're headed. If. Now, first thing has to happen is we got to get a low here. Let's hope it's technical. You can see some reasons that we might have some support down here. Go an algo, right? We don't have to want, not much dispute about whether there's an algo there. Doesn't mean it can't break. Order block, pivot. This looks better than Bitcoin to me, but it's not going to go unless Bitcoin. I mean, if Bitcoin keeps falling, it's going to keep falling. Right? Just period. Bitcoin is the dog. Ethereum's the tail. Okay, you can't wait for that? Okay, well then you're over here for that. Because again, it's the same thing over and over. What would that be? Break of structure. What do we anticipate now? What do we know? What do we anticipate after break of structure? Retrace. Well, if we're going to put our Elliott hat on, 1, 2, right? If this is a 1, 2, what's coming here is not optional. I say this every week. If this is going to be 1, 2, what's coming next is not optional. If this is going to hold as a 1, 2. 1, 2. What changes that? Oh, it's not a 1, 2. A, B, C, what? W, A, we don't know. There's no knowing. There's only looking for an area on the chart where you believe you have edge. Do you have edge down here? Well, you're certainly inexpensive down here. What am I on? Phoenix? So I can get a buying profile down here. Okay, well, it's not hard to do. Fuck. Okay, we're cheap relative to this swing. Pretty cheap. Oh, this is what I did before. Let me do it this way. I drew this one. All right, so we'll get the ride up. Okay, fair. Oh, inexpensive, right? Relative to the ride up. Now the ride down. This is what's cool about trading. You can get them on both sides, right? So I can pick from this going down. Whoa, we're very inexpensive here, relatively speaking. Now you can see the high volume node right here, right? You can see that. What's in the way, right? Well, we got a pivot and we got the algo. But if Bitcoin keeps falling, right, it's going to get challenged. Bitcoin holds. The first place I'm going to look. Well, there's 2 places I'm just chomping at the bit to buy. Right, I just got my tax return, so I got about 10 grand to work with. So first, the 2 places I'm going: Ethereum and Ripple. It's I'm not trying to hide where I'm trading. Because this looks so good technically. Bitcoin looks terrible. Well, I shouldn't say that. It doesn't look as good. Right, the setup is not as good. All right, God damn it, I'm all over the place. I'm not paying attention with you guys, right? 60, 65, worst case Bitcoin, Captain Price. Well, let's look over here. Well, of course, we broke the golden, right? That was kind of sad to see. We paused. Now, it was still even in log scale, right? Which is, It's tempting to go, oh, but it looks better in log scale. Right? It does. But right, if you're not, do we need to be in log scale here, right? From 73, right? It's twice the range. It's not even twice the range, right? So we don't need to be in log scale. It looks ugly, right? There's no question about it, right? So if we're looking at this coming down here, it's the same idea. Right here, we'll just do this real quick. Here, oh shit, I'm front running Crypto Janus here. But this is exactly what I was looking at last Friday. Okay, I got a 5, I got a 3. Where does it really change, right? We break here. And then just as I was saying before, we're no longer retracing. Right now, it's deeper than I'd like, but it's still a retracement. Until we break this low. There's not much here, right? I mean, the next stop here, you've got, which would be tied to this. Doesn't look like we're done here. I'm not even counting anymore because it's until this we know what this is. This almost doesn't matter. Here's what matters from this low to this high. Okay, we're still retracing. But I would certainly have liked to see some of these. I'm a little surprised I didn't get more of a reaction. But the market is selling off right now. So people are out, right? This is the market. I promise you well, I shouldn't say it that way. In my view, what's happening here is that whales are squeezing all the leverage out. All the weak hands are getting squeezed out. Remember, there's a buyer for every seller. If you sell it, who's buying it? Think about that. Right? You go, fuck it. I can't take the pain anymore. I'm out. Somebody's on the other side of that. Who do you think that is? Who's going to, it's just like the thumbnail I used last week, right? Whales are just sitting there with their catcher's mitt. They will take all the Bitcoin you can offload. All of it. Don't give it to them. Right? How do you find yourself giving it to them? You trade with leverage. It's just never a good idea. Certainly not with Bitcoin or Ethereum. If you insist on doing it, well, the only thing I can say, as soon as you put leverage, you better have a stop on it, right? Which means you're creating the potential to give up your crypto, right? The majors. You want to, you're fucking around with meme coins and shit. Good luck. Right now, just lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. I don't even have a higher high or a lower high to play with here. It's just lows. It's just not there yet. We're not there. Even counting this is kind of tricky. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that the 3? Right, the 4 is a little iffy, right? So, well, again, here's more good application of Elliott Wave here. Let me go to a 3. Where, okay, looked like could be done. Oh nope, we don't get a 5. Sorry, allergies plague me. Okay, what do we have any trend lines here we can use? All right, probably decent here. Something has got to change. Lower low, lower high, lower low. All right, I gotta. Oh, let's see. Where's the inducement here? Let's put this one of the reasons I like this. All right, so we got to break that. All right, so this is the only thing we can use right now to objectively, right? The key being objectively, right? Otherwise, oh, that's the low. Oh, no, that's it. Oh, I'm sure that's it. Oh, that's got to be it. That's got to be it, right? Until that happens, right? There is no got to be it. This has to break. What is that? That is 93. We got to get up there. We got to break this. But does that look like it's done? No, it doesn't, right? So this is where. Here, now I've changed it, right? Because I've gone to this lower time frame, right? Here's the swing, right? That's the retrace. Now we're one time framing. Another break of structure here down here. So here's the break. Well, okay, look, just for your own, again, half of what we're doing here, I guess, is less about setups and more about education. Oh, allergies are killing me. Break of structure right here. What do we anticipate? Retrace. Break of structure. What do we anticipate? Retrace. Break of structure. What will we be? Now, this doesn't mean, right, it could fall for a long time. If we break, what are we anticipating? Retrace. Right? Do you see break? Well, here's a good one. Break, it's a shallow retrace, but it's a retrace nonetheless, right? Break. Well, they go grab some liquidity right here. Imbalance. Break, retrace, break, retrace. break, retrace, right? Over and over, right? Break, retrace, break, retrace, right? It's how the market moves, right? That's because that's where they have to refuel, right? Where they need to go get the liquidity. It's right. It's above, not below. We can look from here. Here's where it started. Change of character right here. That is a break of structure. Retrace. Well, big break, retrace, break. It's just over, right? Until that changes, it's too soon to buy. I'm watching. I'll be the first one to tell you when I'm looking for the time. All right, God damn it, I'm all over. Okay, let's go to, since I just did Crypto Janus, I'll do, oh fuck, what do I got here? I think this is Total3. Let's see. Copy link. Does this over here? Okay, hang on, guys. Let me get there. Oh, Total3 is lower. What is it? I got. Oh shit! I think I did the wrong one. All I got is Bitcoin. So let me. Since we just did that one, let me get over here. Get off of that one. Okay, one sec. Copy link. Okay, do I have it on this one? Yeah. Okay. This is the one I think he wants. So pure alt play, right? So we're excluding Bitcoin, alt, and stable coins to Bitcoin. Well, that already is a little fucked. These wicks, they're kind of problematic. Probably do this. All right, we're going to get an alt season. Well, this is where it'll start to show. Right now, it looks like the much anticipated December rally, Christmas rally, and may not be coming for alts. May roll into the first quarter, but odds are it's coming. Interesting here is, so if I do it this way, if I put it back here, see this is an anomaly, right? So it fucks your count up. Let's get over this over here. Looks like we did not get a close through, right? So we had just wicks, right? It kind of looked like that's what Bitcoin was going to do, but then today with that rollover is not the case. Okay, so can we come out of here with 5? Let's get that, brighten that up a little. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, looks like we got a candidate here for a 1. Let's put that in white. Okay, so we got a candidate. 1, 2. All right, so now we start the retrace. There's a change of character, right? So we get a candidate for a 1. Now we start the retrace, right? Now every retrace, right, is a question: Are we retracing, right? Are we doing something different? So just to be clear about that, right? So here, right, if we do this, the retrace, this was the retrace. Well, this should be obvious, right? But just to, a lot of new people. All right, so if we swing here, I get a 5. We're anticipating that this is not going to break that low. That this is enough technical price action here to suggest that this is a retrace, which will then in turn sweep that high. Swing, retrace, right? There's the measured move algo right there. I do it. All right, interesting how that plays, right? So if I do that, right, swing, retrace, something technical, algo fires, first target. So there is the measured move algo right there. But that doesn't, right? So remember, for every one that succeeds, there's one that fails, because this could just as, if we head down this direction, then it's this. Right? That's the bitch of it. So if I redraw it here, right, there's no knowing, right? You see how this could be right here to a 50. Here's the target down here. How do you know? Well, that's where context comes in. That's why we would use market structure, Elliott Wave, geometry, fibs, because you're trying to say, okay, well, what do the odds suggest? Based on everything I can see here, right? Are we doing this or are we doing this? Well, there's no knowing, but there's context that we'd say, well, which side of this do I believe is more probable? That's all we get, probable. Oh, we'll see. How might I use my intelligence and again, a lot of experience and precedent to come up with an opinion? Because otherwise, fuck it, flip a coin. Well, if I'm just guessing. Right, if I don't try to apply my intellect to this, okay, well, I got 5 up. What do I anticipate after 5 ups, 3 down? If it's technical, well, then my bet would be if I get a 5 up, if I get a 5 up, I'm looking for 3 down to retrace it on the anticipation that I'm going to break this high. Now, I start to add in things like a set of median lines here, if I can even get them. Did he lock them? Yeah, he locked them. All right, so if I can factor that in, let's do default here. I assume we see it a little bit better. Okay, now I'm stacking it in my favor. Oh, wait a second. Guess what just entered the picture? 80%. But wait a minute. You told me that they're on the other side, right? Aren't they on the other side? Yep. Why is that 80% any different? It's not, mathematically. So fuck me. How do I know? If we're back to context, right? That's why we teach Elliott Wave, because that can help us there. That does not mean we're going to be, here's what that means. No matter what, we're still going to be wrong more than we're right, period. Everyone is. Don't let anyone tell you they're not, right? They're just, guard your wallet, right? So do I know? There's no knowing. Each of these are valid. Mathematically, the odds are still the same. But if I came down here, and if I did this, right, if this comes down here and this one fails, right, so this one's gone and that fails, am I still in a retrace? Am I still retracing? Yes. But this turns out to be A, B, C. I'm still retracing until I do that. Then it's this, right? Then it's this one. Oh, you get it. It's this. Right, and that's probably technical. That's probably another measure move, right? It is. Like, so here, I know this is getting hard to see, right? But you could do the exact same thing, right? This is the bitch of it, right? That's why it's so hard. Wouldn't that be just as valid? Yeah, it would. Well, we got our 80% here. That fucked it a little bit, right? Because of that wick. But did we not get our 80%? We did. Right there. It's one-time use, right? So you'd have to look at that and go, oh, well, I got a line chart, right? So maybe you're still after that. No one said it was going to be easy, right? That's the bitch of it. It's not, right? Anyone tells you it's easy, guard your wallet. Bollywood actor. Oh, fuck. What are you giving? Oh, he's giving me a picture here. Oh, fuck. What am I looking at here? Let's see if I can get that. NVIDIA. Oh, he's giving me NVIDIA. He's got it as a... Oh, fuck. What are you doing here? Are you doing... Okay, he's got the 5 in, so let's just do NVIDIA here. Okay, Bollywood actor. Oh, I got somebody's NVIDIA here. Oh, maybe we can just use that. Now, of course, NVIDIA is going to be... You know, it's the options are going to dictate how it reacts here and how market makers are positioned. Here, let's just, oh, maybe I don't need to do that. I don't know whose work I got here. Somebody's got anchored VWAP on there. Okay, so there's 3, 4, 5. Let's go to a daily here. Okay, hang on. I don't know, maybe this is better or worse to try and use somebody else's work here, but since it was already counted out. Okay, I'm going to hold, oh fuck. Hang on, let's push this up here. That, to me, does not have the right look. Why do I say that? This is the count he gave me. And again, I'm not, never, this is my opinion, right? This does not have the right look. All right, now you can say, well, that's subjective. Yep, it is. It's subjective, right? Is it valid? Well, you can count a 5 in there, but I would not count it that way. I'd let that float up here. Against my opinion. Oh shit, I got a bunch of locked things on here. So let me clear some of this out of here. I think that's anchored VWAP he's got. It is. I don't know what he's got here. Again, I don't know whose work this is. That's what happens when I copy these things over. I end up with, God, if you saw the number of templates I have, it's 400 or 500. Okay. Well, hang on. Let me get in there. This is going to dictate what happens today, but it's likely the market's going to sell off, right? Because there's too much anticipation of it. The short-term options have to resolve, and then we'll see if there's what comes out of that. Okay, here's what you have to ask yourself, right? Okay, does this look like it's an impulse? Right, that would have you rethinking this being the top. Right? If this were, fuck, how could we do this? Well, you probably do it right here. 3, 3, 5. Put this back here. Candidate. I'm not saying mine's right. I'm just looking at this fresh eyes. This looks to me like I've got a candidate for a flat. Oh, I'd want to do this, right? I'd pull from the 4 and say, okay, right, on sale, expensive, on sale. Whoa, right, really expensive. Okay, so we have 2 choices here. Is the top in for NVIDIA? Let's pull back here for a second, right? Because this is going to dictate how the market. This is what the market's waiting for today. Okay, well, what would be? Yes, we are in log scale. Okay, I got no choice, right? From $3 to $250. If we take the length of the 1 from the proposed 4. Most common target here would be 100% the length of the 1. Now we get a very long 1 here. The 3 barely, no, that's log scale, right? So you can't even look at it out of log scale, right? Longer is longer, right? So it's plenty long. It's not like, oh well, fuck, man, it's not long. It's log scale. Well, now look at it here, right? Does that not change your opinion just a little bit? 1, 2, 3, 4. You think do you think the top is in here? I'd beg to differ on that. Out of log scale, right? Which you got to consider it. Oh, where's wave 4? Right? WX or A, B, C. Right? Where's the highest probability location for wave 4? Right here. Is Elliott Wave still effective, right, in modern markets, right, with all the algos and everything else, right? Does the market still move in 5s and 3s? Again, I say this every week. Don't take my word for it. What do you see? Does it? Well, now this looks a little bit more. Well, let's put this in. Oh, fuck me. Where did that go? Here. Looks a little bit different now, doesn't it? Now let's take that out of log scale and look at it again. Just, okay. I know. Now, okay. Did we get a little overvalued? Why did Teal sell? Why is Barry short? Why did Buffett sell? A lot of big names, right, just sold it. Well, if this is going to go, I got to do it this way. I got to get the start of the one. If this is going to make which is hard to fathom. If we topped here, now let's take it out of log scale. Ooh, we coming down that far? You see what I just did, right? I'm saying, okay, well, there's the top. There's the top, right? So here, now, do we have the right look here? Yeah, we do. We most certainly do have the right look. Out of log scale, how do we argue with that? Again, I'm just giving you some things to think about. We could do the same thing. Again, Elliott relationships, right? Again, there's only 96 years of precedent. It's too far, right? It's past the 2618, length of the one from the proposed 4. So now this looks a lot more. Oh, could we? Well, if there's a big miss, I read a really interesting article. I meant to post it, right, or repost it. It was so long, I figured it would never get read. But the premise being that with all the build-out capacity to get to the multi-trillion dollars of revenue that are forecast for AI and NVIDIA, the power demands are not there. They can't do it. It's all bullshit. They can't build out fast enough. Oh, if you follow us on Twitter, I'll see if I can find it. It was a long article, but really well written. And the guy's a Bitcoin bull, actually, too. So even though you have Jensen Huang saying, okay, we have $500 billion of orders on deck for next year, which you're going to hear, right? If you look at some of the context for the earnings call, even though they have that on the books, they don't have the energy capacity to produce it. They won't be able to meet the demand. Now, does that mean the market sells off? Well, it means this valuation might get another look. So there's two ways to approach it, right? So one would be, okay, if this is coming down, well, let's take it one impulse at a time. Remember what we said before about the market moving from imbalance to balance, right? So what are we doing here, right? This is imbalance. Oh, we found balance here, right? We found balance. Oh, price discovery, right? Oh, oh man, wow. Right, imbalance. Now, where are we coming back to? Balance. All right, did the market find balance here? Yeah, it did. All right, we're coming back to balance. Imbalance, coming back to balance. Well, if we break here, all right, way to look at this. It's not rocket science. If we break here, where's the next balance? Right here, it's a big pocket here. If we break this low, in fact, I'm going to do it right now, because what do I have on? I have on an iron condor, right? So I have very little risk, right? I'm anticipating, this is what I put on. All right, so we're going to do this. I think I've got about 3 weeks left on that iron condor, right? So with all the volatility, right, you want to sell premium here, not to digress. But so we're back to balance, right? Oh, if we come below here, we break this. My iron condor will be a loser if it does that, by the way. That will be too far. If we come down here, break, and then head towards this area. If you know an iron condor, right, one side will win, the other side will lose, but the loss will be bigger than the gain. So if we break this, we're coming back down to this balance area. But that doesn't mean that the trend is necessarily over. It means that this is getting a retrace right now. How does this? If this turns into a 5, a different story. Which is always right there is the critical point, right? Just as we were looking at Ethereum, right? Again, you have to look at this and say, okay, where do you think you are here? It's the most valuable company in the history of humanity, history of the market. We've never seen anything like this. Are we doing a 1-2, or are we going to do a 2? That's what you're saying, right? We're going to come down to $80 in NVIDIA. So you don't actually want to try and think, well, that doesn't seem possible, one impulse at a time. I'll start to rethink that when we break 140, right? Let's see what happens in this golden. Swing, retrace. Right? Swing, retrace. Swing, retrace. Balance, imbalance. Balance, imbalance. Balance. So odds are, right, that this is, the path of least resistance is down. So look at this now, like again, out of log scale. Let's say we get a good number here. What's it going to do? This? Well, then you're going, what are you doing then? Oh, I guess that's the 3. Does that look right? Doesn't really, does it? Doesn't. So it's bad news, right? It's bad news for the market. Bad news for bulls in general. This looks right because this is going to dictate what the market does between now and the end of the year. If there's my guess is that it's neutral, right? It won't be good enough to cause this, but it won't be bad enough to cause this, which is why not to pump my own trade, but that's why I put it something that gives me a big range, right? My guess is it stays in that range because there's just too many people that are, you have too many people long and strong. Okay, shit, I'm all over the place today. I don't know if it's better or worse. Okay, Cryptogenesis. How am I doing on time? 110. No, Captain Price, very helpful. Oh man, thanks, Pilgrim. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Right, I get so much negative feedback. I always appreciate it when someone says, "Hey, you're helping me." Well, that is the idea. Let's see. Hang on. I had a couple from X. Let me check over there. I don't want to forget those guys because this is being broadcast on X at the same time. Okay, so I got BNB. So let's do that. Do I have a clean one over here? I do. That's a copy. Nio. Oh shit, that's a copy too. All right, so let's just do it here. Okay, so BNB. Crypto. Oh, let's do it on Binance. Oh man, see what I mean? I get people's work because I've saved it, and then when I bring it up, it's got their work. I don't know whose work this is. It looks oh wow, it looks pretty. That might be too much here. And I should probably take all that off. Let's oh god damn, there's 97 drawings on that. Uh-oh. Hang on a second. Remove drawings. Oh, they're locked. Oh fuck. I don't know if I can do it then. If they're all locked, how do I get them out of there? Let's get what's locked. That's not locked. That's locked. Oh shit. That's locked. It's the wolf range that he's done. So this obviously needs to go into log scale. I don't know what he's doing here. These are not locked. So maybe I can get rid of it all. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, so let's go to a weekly, right? So when in doubt, right, let's go out to always higher time frame. Okay, so just forget maybe this is redundant, right? There's it's the wide range here, but you see the idea, right? Balance, imbalance, balance, imbalance. Right, it's like TA 101, right? But just sometimes you forget. So you kind of got to go back to the basics and go, okay, what is this auction market theory? Is that actually how the markets move? Yes, it is. From imbalance, it moves back to balance. Okay, so can we use some Elliott Wave here? I can't. I literally, my brain is so dialed in. I can't not see 5s and 3s. I just can't. Well, just we are in log scale. It's hard not to see that. That looks like this is tricky. But you're starting to distort, right? So Let's take this out of log scale. That's the problem, right? So here it's actually a little more pronounced. I'm more inclined to do it this way. We topped here and we didn't quite get a new high because this looks like 5 to me. Some will differ. That's what would tee me into that. Oops, pardon me. Got it in here. So not as clean. 707. All right, so 1, 2. Imbalance, balance, imbalance. So let's see if we can put something together. That'll be my first thought, just looking at it. Let's go to something bigger. This is not ideal, right? But it is what the market did. Just looking for relationships. Okay, well, is that my 2? Did I come down here as an A, B, C? So 3, 3. All right, let's go down slowly. Let's go to a 3-day just to see if that clears it up at all. Now, this is, you don't know that that's coming. So I want to see how technical am I. Well, this, again, shit doesn't happen by accident. I'd pull from here. Get right on that low. Coincidence? Draw your own conclusion. Did they do 2 in a row here? They may have. Oh, it's too deep, but those are all wicks. Impulse. All right, so I see it a little bit better here now as I go down to a 3-day correction. Another 1. Where's the 2 over here? Hard to call it. Let's go down to the daily and see if it starts to clear up, right? Is this just another flat? This looks like a triangle. It does, right? So let's get that off of there. So this looks like WXY, right? It's very similar to Bitcoin, right? This was a big dispute. We know this is technical. If this is WX A, B, C, D, E, Y. Oh, I should probably draw that in. One, 2. Let's change that. 3. 3. Triangle Y. 1, 2. So I'd put the 2 here. Okay, imbalance. Any question? Let's measure. I was probably too far, right, to even get a measure on it. Nope. Where's the highest probability location for a wave? Let's get it right on that. For a wave 3. Do I have it right on the Y? I do. Highest probability location for a wave 3. Right there. Does Elliott Wave still work in the modern 2025 crypto era? Is it still, the wave relationship still help us, give us guidance? Yeah, you may draw your own conclusion. Okay, we doing a 4 here? Is this a 4? It looks mighty big for a 4, right? We're already to the golden zone. And I'm doing this, right? Note I'm doing this out of log scale, right? So this is where we would invalidate. Are we still retracing here? Question mark. Would you put some geometry on that? I would. Is it deeper than you'd like? Now, does this change your opinion? Well, it makes the 4 look better, but okay, right? If you do all of your analysis in arithmetic, right? Be careful about, oh, but it looks better over here, so I'm gonna look at it that way. Right? It's tempting, right? Careful of that. Right? That's why I always go back and forth, right? Because log distorts, right, to your eye. It fucks things up a little bit, right? I wish we didn't have to do it, but we do, right? It's a high-class problem. If something's gone so far, you have to look at it in log scale. Again, that's a high-class problem. Okay. Impulsive? Well, I think we could probably all agree that this is not corrective. God damn it, I can't get those things hot. 1, 2, where's your 3? It's a bit of a wag. There. I would have the right look. Let's go to an 8. But I think we probably agree there's the 1, 2 there. 1, 2. That 1, 2. It's tricky. Sadly, there's a bit of a clusterfuck in here. Do we have to do 3, 4, 5? It's a little bit of a problem because we do. So it's either right 4, 5, which is, put it in a line chair or a line chart. What did I say? Lawn chair? Lawn chair? Line chart. That's I would not factor that into the count, so I would keep the 3 up here. So what are we doing here in this lawn chair? Well, seems to be what we're looking at. Looks like it's working on it. I mean, what's the easiest thing for your eye to spot? Likely a reasonable thought. Some sort of a 2 in there. Mighty small 2. Now I'm in log scale. Does it look like we're close to bottoming? Well, the range is interesting, but is there any we got to sweep a high here. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Nothing here to suggest, right? It looked like you had the 5 here, which is kind of bad news. Because you do have a 5 here. No way around it. You do. You got an impulse. It's bad news for bulls. Let's take this up. Because what does that imply? No, not what do we know? What does it imply? 1, 2. Looks like, oh shit, I should take that. Who's the wrong color here? Somebody's the wrong color. Let's put you in green, right? So 3, 4, 1, 2. What's the alternate, right? So it's like, whoa, I don't want to see that. Whoa, could it not be that? Is there a way for it not to be that? Well, yeah, right, there's always a way, but is that what you're trying to do? Right? It's kind of back to what I was saying before. Is your bias so strong that you just refuse to accept that does not look like it's done? Well, then it starts to conflict with your premise that this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if it's a complete, you got to context, right? If you got to put the whole thing back into context, if that's my 1, let's go all. Well, no, let's start it here. No, pardon me. Let's go all the way out to the weekly. Is this what we're doing? Is that what you're thinking? Jeez, I can't even get it. Let's come back to this one. That's where we started. It's better in log. Okay, right. So from 200 to 1400. Okay, right. Is it valid to be in log? Yeah, it's valid. What's the alternate here? A, B? No, it's too far. right? And we checked it out of arithmetic. We know it's a high probability 3. So the 4 again looks better in log scale, but okay, maybe that makes you feel better about it. Doesn't look better. Do we have some geometry here that would guide us, right? Not again. It's just a tool. Doesn't mean that's what we know is going to happen. It's just a tool. Okay, right. I would sure like to, before I start getting bullish, I would like to see something come down here and then get out, and then not. Remember, a trend line it's like support, right? If it breaks, this is all right. This is Al Brooks, right? What do we call him? The father of price action trading. The trend line break, you got to be careful about that, because this retail uses it. Retail traders will use it because that's what they're taught. Oh, if it breaks the trend line, buy it. Well, that's like buying up here, right? If it breaks that high, buy it. The odds are, again, it's odds. Odds are that if you break the trend line, there's going to be one more push down, right? Because this is retail getting smoked, right? This is them going, oh, buy it, and there's a new low. That's why the first break of the trend line is low probability trade. Just like anything else, if you were going to take that break, you want to take the retest. If it holds and then it starts to go, okay, now you're good. But odds are, again, most, right, there's a lot of precedent here. The first break of a trend line, here we've got a pretty solid trend line. The implication is that there's one more low to come. You see this in day traders as big. There's a lot of guys that preach this, teach this, very, very successful traders here. That's the same premise, right? Brooks is brilliant, but he's really boring to watch. He's not a great presenter, but brilliant trader. Hard to watch. Okay, right. So is there anything to do here? Well, what would your thought be? Okay, well, so maybe you look at it this way and say, okay, I'm going to pull from that low. Okay, where are we? We're back in agreed to value. I got a little expensive here. Well, I'll be cheap down here. I'm just pulling from this low. Does that look corrective? No, it looks impulsive. It's a little hard to count it, but I think just like we were saying before, here's the swing. We are retracing. When does that change? Got to go all the way down here to change that. It distorts the Elliott because the 4 is not likely to go that far, right? And if we break here, we kill the idea of any idea of kill any idea of an impulse is what I'm trying to say. All right, so, okay, better hurry up and pivot. Where are we in that context? Well, if I'm going to pull from this low, we're coming to the 50. Got a high volume node here, which we can see why, right? It's tied to the market stalled here. Balance, imbalance, balance, imbalance, balance, imbalance. Low volume, right? So we don't really want it to come down that far. So just in general, right? If you're long, it depends what you're doing here, right? Are you position trading for the next 3 to 5 years? Well, sit tight. If you took a long up here, are you still in? Where's your stop, right? So if you were long up here, right? So particularly if you're buying, that's why using something like a volume profile it's such a simple tool, but it's so important to gauge the market. If you bought it up here, did you not recognize it wouldn't matter where you drew it from. Did you not recognize that you were a little pricey up here? Remember, we did this, right? That's the high probability for a 3. Okay, so probability we're coming down for a 4, but nothing says that it can't go lower. It's just that's not what you would anticipate, right? If you're trying to approach some Elliott Wave here, the reason you don't want a 4 to go that deep is because it reduces the probability here you're going to get a big 5th. So that's where you get double tops or 618, the length of the 1. It's just not the price action you want to see. So if we're going to come down here, 618 would be the last stop before I'd just say the premise is wrong, or I don't know what's happening here. If I can't read it, I don't trade it. Seems like a good premise to have, right? So balance, imbalance, balance, imbalance. Are we coming all the way back to balance? Well, that's going to blow up this Elliott count. Okay, what else do I have? FET. I don't think there's a trade there yet. Oh, let's do it over on Coinbase. For my U.S. residents. Okay, so same thing here. This one looked great. All right. Had all the buzz, right? Crypto, AI. What happened? What happened? Does it look better to you there? Yeah, well, yeah, but is that the idea, to make it look better? Well, let's see where we are. Lost the algo. Which, remember, all that means is that the sell side won the battle. Every one that fails is one that succeeds. So who won that? Well, bears, right? The sell side, right? For all we know, it's the same people, right? They don't care. They don't care. Like, they're just, they're going to get one of them. What does that look like? Right, it kind of looks like a 5, doesn't it? Well, wait a second, right? Does that make sense? If this is that impulsive? Well, then you got to come back here and look and say, wait a minute. Is this 1, 2, 3? No, it doesn't fit. It doesn't work. Log scale, it's the same problem. Oh, is that ABC? Oh, don't want that. Where did this whole thing fail? Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I would say to you again, knowing it's wrong, right? Knowing that it's wrong. Here's what I'm trying to get. If this is 1, 2, 3, and I come here and I get that impulse right here, I take that trade 100 out of 100 times. I don't care that I know that that's wrong. You have to have a methodology that you stick to. I take that trade 100 out of 100 times. Is it wrong? Yep, it's wrong. Am I going to completely change my approach to the market because I had one trade that didn't work out? No. Nor should you. You know, you got to stick with something long enough to really vet it out, see if it's a good fit for you. So what's an alternate here? Could this be a WXY? Well, then the premise is that this is an ABC and not a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty good example of moving from balance to imbalance. It's a pretty good example. A, B, C, are probably there. Well, the more there's a more bearish count here that we could put on this. That would be A, B, C. I can't ignore that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, probably cleaner. A, B, C into a B. 1, 2. Pick your 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. So. Okay, just to back up, right? I'm reinforcing that even though I can see these trades are wrong, right? That they aren't winners. 100 out of 100 times I take that trade. Right here. On the premise we're not doing that, right? Wrong. Wrong, but the trade see, there's a difference between a trade that's a loser and a trade that's the wrong trade. That's the right trade. It just happens to be a loser. So where could this go? Oh fuck. WXY. We got to go down that far. We're going down that far. There's no reason why we couldn't. WX. How would you have? Well, is this 1, 2? Right. This could get much worse. That's off, so we can kill that. WX 1, 2. There's the impulse. That's a pretty good kick out of there. How is this going to rally with Bitcoin selling off? It's not. Well, there's a possibility, right? It would be unusually shallow, but you've got that possibility there. That's the X. A, B. 1, 2, 3. Oh, God. It's daily. That's kind of skinny down there. Why would you even be thinking this? Why would you even be thinking? Does that look impulsive? Well, 1, 2. Same thing. Got to take that on the assumption that you're going to get that. Doesn't happen. Does it look like it's still a 4? Right? Does it look? Do you see how this is where the right look makes a difference, right? Again, that's a trade I'd still, right, knowing what comes from it, I take that trade right there. It's golden zone right now. It's a log scale golden. Oops, that gets you right out of it. Still golden. Right? I'm still going to take that trade. It's not as good log scale, right? Because now you don't really want a 4 going that deep. That's why the high probability 4s between 23 and 38 are the best ones, right? Because the implication is you're going to get a much better kick in the 5th. When they go that deep, like, uh-oh. It's not, right? It doesn't quite, where you'd be trying to squeeze it in here. If you can even do that. Oh, maybe I can't do that. No, I can't. I have to do it here, right? So it's all wrong. I'm on 60, right? You see, it's just you're forcing it. So it ends up being an ABC, right? So it's not what you thought. Doesn't mean it was a bad idea. It just means what is the market responding to here? All these fair value gaps, right? All of this imbalance. Coming back here, right? It's not imbalance, but it's potentially it's liquidity here. So, disappointing. What could change that? Well, this does not look particularly good, but the 3 here looks promising. Now, if that rolls over, different story, which is why you have to wait. So I say 100 out of 100 times to take those other trades. Here, I wouldn't take that because I don't have a clean 5 here. That's not clean to me. Now, could it turn into it? Yeah, it could. It could. We could get something like this, and we pop out of here. Okay, well then I got a different ball game. Okay, this looks unusually, even on a 15, I don't think I could get that into a 5. It's just it's hopium, right? Is what that is. Oh God, I hope it's a 5. Is it technical? It looks like it may have broken. Yep, right. So you lost the algo, right? Maybe, right? If you held the golden zone, you knew there was an algo driving it. No. Okay, so you're going to put your money on the idea that that's an impulse. What looks more probable? Again, it's not what do we know. God damn, I never get that the first click. This looks more probable. Is it a retrace? Well, that's where it's not. Until then, it is. But so is this, right? Swing, retrace. Right? You can have a retrace within a retrace. In fact, you often do. Retrace within a retrace. But it's not good enough. It's not good enough to put money at risk. Why would you? What's your edge here? This looks like ABC. Right? Bummer. Where do we go? Back to balance. We got a little further. This kind of looks like we're trying to put in a base down here. Trying. Back to balance, right? You do it this way, right? Okay. Back to this balance area, right? It's a wider, it's a 15-minute, right? So wider range of balance. Okay, where's value? Same thing every time, right? It's a consistent approach. Okay, where's value? Get out of there. Is there a wave count that's helpful? Is there? Where are we? Low edge of value. From this low, right, where is the market in agreement? Are we inexpensive? Yes. Does that mean you should buy it? Well, that means I'd be looking here, but I go backwards. I go, oh, hey, we're in a balance area. Oh, it's inexpensive here. Well, let's go back. Does that look like an impulse I want to put money at risk on? No. So why would you? Well, artificial intelligence and crypto. Okay. Well, don't you want to stack the odds in your favor a little bit? Your assumption is that's the impulse? Okay, so this is what you're saying, right? There's 1 and 2's coming and 3's coming and 4's coming, and that's what's coming. Okay, well, I'm not saying don't do that, but certainly you'd want to look for all of the ingredients that you'd want in a pivot, right? You want to see some liquidity swept, right? That's kind of the telltale of whether any institutions or algos or whales are stepping in. They're not going to just, oh, well, it's below the value. No, they're going to want to grab some liquidity. Because if it's a whale or institution, they need the high volume. They need this area of balance to get in the market. Remember, they don't use a stop, right? They hedge. You got an order block here? Probably. But if you've got your Elliott Wave hat on, you're not taking that. Right? You're waiting for that. Sweep it. Sweep it. And then you're still not taking it. You're waiting for this to come up. Right? Because if this is 1, 2, and I'm going to have a 3, how that 3 subdivides is not optional. That must come. So where's the trade? I'll wait for this. Oh, confirm it for me, right? Oh, shit. Okay, well, it was a weird one, but okay, well, shit happens. 1, 2. Where did I sweep liquidity? Yes, right? Am I coming out of a balanced area? Yep, I'm coming out of a balanced area. If I swing up here, do I get a change of character? Yep, I get a change of character right here. Oh, maybe I'll get a break of structure up here. Maybe I can put the whole thing together. Do I get a break of structure? Yeah, I get a break of structure. I was trying to get that. All right, break of structure. Do I get a change of character? Oh, I got a change of character going up. Oh, okay, right. So here I can get all the contemporary ICT bullshit in. Okay, oh yeah. Would it not just be the same thing? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With just fancier names. Same shit. Never changes. Right? Why do I say that? Because people don't change, right? What's more emotional than money? Nothing. Well, let me refer. Well, probably be a toss-up, right? Where do people act irrationally? Under financial pressure, or I don't know. Maybe you can say relationship stress would be similar, where you do irrational things. How does this get weird? Oh. Is there a trade there? Well, again, that's is it good enough for you? Because you can construct the trade here. I just constructed the trade. But what the problem with me, the reason I wouldn't take this is that that's not good enough for me. And I say that because there's how many million of crypto coins do we have to trade? How many assets do we have to trade? Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of things. Why would I take something that's subpar? I'll keep looking for something that oh shit, man, look at that one. Well, fuck, I'm taking that. Just like before, right? I want to see something where I look at it and go, oh, well, I take that trade 100 out of 100 times. Always, right? Always. I don't even hesitate. In fact, the hesitation is what I got a worse fill. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah. All right. If you're eyeballing FET and we get this, take the trade, but put a stop on it. All right, I think we got everybody. Fuck, I don't know. I think I've burned everybody out except for Captain Price. Well, I try with these things. I don't know if they work or not, if people get any value from them. All right, you want to learn some of this stuff? I do have this going on right now. Here, I always do this at the end. Black Friday, we're doing it all month, right? 50% off all the courses, right? I would say don't take my word for the content, right? Just come in and talk to the other members. Our Discord's free, right? Get in there and say, hey, is this belt system shit? This ain't good. Is it going to help me, right? Make me a better trader? Did I learn something? You know, at these prices, boy, these are pretty reasonably priced. Okay, with that, I'm out of here, guys. I'm going to go grab some lunch. Hopefully the market's not going to